Ladies and gentlemen, the demolition is complete. Alright, so I'm getting ready to show you the space, the complete space, completely naked, and we'll just go over some plans we're going to do, some issues, some challenges, just give you a rundown of the room. But I'm very excited. Alright, this is the room, right here. This right here is the front wall that I'm aiming the camera at right now. It is 17 feet across at this moment. This is the right wall. It's 18 feet back. This is the rear wall of the theater, 17 feet across. And then, kind of have to use your imagination a little bit, but this is the left wall of the theater. We'll start with that wall going back and where it stops. We're going to add framing. It's going to go all the way back to that space right here. So, start with the really good things. Good things are there's going to be a false wall up front. It's going to be about maybe 7 feet away. We're going to take down these studs, pull out the insulation. That's a decision that was recently made actually, because initially we were going to just put clips on it, but now we're doing a double wall for all the other walls, and then for this one it's against the foundation wall, so we're going to separate that. Alrighty. Challenge number 1. This furnace. This furnace leads to this return. This return cannot be in the theater because it'll send sound through that little holes into the furnace and then up throughout the house. So we're currently trying to figure out a workaround to get a return in the theater that can still work, because there's also this unfinished room, which is actually originally going to be the equipment room. Honestly, if it were 2 or 3 feet wider, it would be the theater, but it's only 11 feet wide. So it's 28 feet long, but it's only 11 feet wide, so it can't be a theater. So yeah, so back here, I plan on finishing this room, but we have to get a return over here in order to do that. This is going to be the lobby area. So you're going to come down the stairs. Excuse the mess, of course. We pull up the carpet. Yeah, so we're going to come down these stairs. There's going to be a wall right here leading straight across. I have the bench and this green glue box marking where the wall is going to be. So this is going to be the wall right here with a door further down there. This area is going to be a lobby. So there's going to be a bar against that wall likely. It's going to be a dry bar. I don't drink, so no need for a wet bar. Then yeah, so this will be the lobby area. We have a popcorn machine against that wall over there. Now, another challenge that we have to deal with are the sprinklers. See these right here? These sprinklers are going to have to be extended downward because, well, first let me give you a rundown of what the plan is. So, the plan is to build a complete bunker. So what we're doing is we're doing double walls on the right, the rear, and this left wall. The front wall is going to be a single wall against a 1 inch away from the concrete foundation. On top of that, we're going to use clips. On top of that, we're going to use 3 layers of drywall with green glue sandwiched between the layers. On top of that, we're going to use IB3 clips to connect the wall to the joists. So floating joists not an option because it's an 8-foot high room. So floating joists, that would take away too much ceiling height. So yeah, we're going to do the IB3 clips against the joists in the ceiling. So what we're also going to do is 2 or 3 layers of drywall wherever we can between the joists. For instance, right there above the sprinkler pipe, we're going to put drywall up there, drywall up here, drywall up here, and all sandwiched between green glue. Drywall. Well, if we can fit drywall up behind this pipe or this duct, then we'll do it there too. Drywall up here, up here. This might be same challenge as the other one. We'll make it happen. And then drywall up here. Additionally, it's going to be drywall wherever we can over there, and drywall against here. Now this is the stairs. Stairs, they are wood frames. Wood carries sound. So we're going to actually put drywall layers against this right here. Just screw it in, drywall, green glue, another layer of drywall, and then we're still going to do a double wall. So there's going to be a wall in front, 3 layers of drywall, sit with green glue sandwich between. So just I'm telling you, we need to do a bunker. Why? 2 reasons. A, I don't want to hear anything about, Matthew, you need to turn down the volume on your theater. That's your passion. And B, we want to keep sound out. We want to keep sound out of the theater, and we want to keep sound from escaping the theater. The low decibel levels are key. And C, right above this is the family room. Right above this is the family room, which will be where the family spends a lot of its time. And then right over here, right above here is the kitchen. So we have 2 heavily used areas, 2 very heavily used areas that are right above the theater, and we'll have the vibrations. I mean, I can hear my wife walking right now. I can follow her footsteps. That can't happen with a theater, especially not one of this caliber. And I am planning to make the theater of all theaters for my enjoyment. This back here is the equipment room. Well, it's a candidate for the equipment room. There was a very superb post on AVS that suggested I make this the equipment room, because the plan for this is just a temporary listening setup. You know, I have to have my technology, even in an unfinished room, just for the time being. So the plan is to have pedestals, and actually it's funny because I was just looking at some. I think I found the pedestals that I want to get. It's a lacquer finish, and I would put my equipment on each of those. I'm going to see if they have a high gloss black option. But the concept is, you see how there's a varying height between this one and that one, for instance. They're going to go in ascending order. So you're going to have small, medium, large, larger, largest, and it's just going to keep going along the wall, increasing in size, stepped. So, just to add a little mix to the general theater room concept. So that's the plan for either in here or over there. Right now, I'm probably thinking it's going to be in here. There's more space. I don't have to curve. If I did over there, I'd have to curve it. Equipment along there, and then have to turn along that wall. Here, I can have them starting from the short and then going all the way to the tall. So another challenge that I have to deal with is the soffit. This soffit right here. When I first saw it, I said in my mind, take it down. And then I started actually looking at it. You cannot take this down without moving pipe. You see how they're moving pipe, moving wires, and these are like critical wires, and then moving duct. And then this duct, where's it gonna go? This area from wall to wall is a theater. So where's it gonna go? So one concept I'm thinking of is possibly changing the shape of the duct. That'd have to be custom work, and then running it down in between this joist, if I can fit it between those pipes, and then have it come down here, because it's going to be a false wall, have it go across this front wall, and then have it go up in, well, couldn't be that joist, up in this joist, and then run down here, and then come down, and then out the theater. This would fit, hopefully, in the left soffit of the theater so that it would be transparent. Now, can it be done? Anything is possible. Can I afford it? Very different question. So I'm not even sure if this is worth looking into at this point. This soffit is here. The plan here is going to be 1 row, 5 curved seats. The seats are going to be the Fusion Tributes. I'm also going to have a low curved riser just for stylistic purposes. Then against this wall, there's going to be a large screen. So right now I'm battling, and just an FYI, the wall doesn't end where the insulation ends. That little gap right here, that's also part of the wall as well. Oh, there goes my Sony 4K projector. It's hiding right now. But so this entire thing is the wall. So there are 2 schools of thought right now. There is the 2.0 aspect ratio screen with 4-way masking, which is my preference, or there is the 16:9 with masking to 235, or, well, as a backup. I guess there are 3 schools of thought, because the backup now is just a 235 screen. Now, those who are familiar with my YouTube videos, you know that my last theater had a 10-foot wide 235 screen, which I loved. I absolutely loved it. It was a remarkable screen. It was a Stewart ST130 G3. I love that screen. The only reason I sold it is because it's not acoustically transparent, which is a requirement for this theater right here. It is an absolute requirement. So, right now I'm tossed up between screens. Right now there's the Falcon screens, there is the Seymour Center Stage, there is a Stewart Ultramat 150, and the reason that's being thrown in the mix is because I'm a big fan of 3D. So depending on how large of a screen I go, which right now I'm looking at about 12 feet wide, depending on how larger of a screen I get, I may need the extra gain in the Ultramat 150. All right, so that's just throwing that out there. Now here, this is where the sump pump goes. Well, not where the sump pump goes, this is where the sump pump is. So let me flick that on. So the idea here, there are two things I may do. And honestly, this comes down to how much throw distance I need to get the size screen that I want here. Right now, the idea is put the projector back here, very similar to my last theater. Put the projector under the stairs, cut a hole out. I just ordered the optically coated projector booth glass from Edmunds. So cut a hole out for a projector booth, build a hush box for the projector, and then the light would shine through here onto this wall. That's a throw distance. Under there, it's a throw distance of about 19 feet, 19 to 20 feet. The other option is to attach plywood, MDF, whatever, between these, and then, but see, I'm not gonna just hang the projector. I would create something like an angled shelf. So there would be like, we'd have plywood along here, and then have a shelf built into this, come down like this, come across, and then angle up or something like that, and then put the projector on that angled shelf. I don't like just the pole coming down with the projector down there. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's not preferred. So I'll definitely do that. I would pull the video outward. All right. I'd also like to point out where the electrical panel is in relation to everything else. So this is the electrical panel right here. So the 300 amp service. I may or may not add another amps. Add another 100 amps depending on what the needs are. But so this is going to run up. You know, if I do run a 100 amp sub panel, it's gonna go up in here. It's gonna go down all the way down there. It's gonna cut across over here. It's gonna keep going. So this is where we'll cut across through. The line will come right on here, and then join that Romex wire right there. We'll go back, follow that entire pathway, follow all of that, and then we'll come down right around here. If I do make this the equipment room, it'll come down right around here. And then I would have a series of 20 amp circuits. So one 100 amp sub panel, that's going to give me, 5 amps. So I currently use monoblocks. They require 20 amp circuits each, so one 20 amp circuit per monoblock, 1750 or 1750 watts per channel. So that's how the power would be run, and honestly, that's how all the cabling is going to be run. If this is the equipment room, which I'm 99% sure it's going to be, gonna have the pedestals up here. There's gonna be a small false wall here where I just run all the wires up in there. Then we're gonna just follow this entire follow the ducting, all the wires. I'm gonna get some PVC, just let it follow the ducting right through there, let it come out, and then go where it needs to go. So the front speaker wires are gonna go in that joist, the PVC. Now we're talking, I'm sorry, not in the joist, it's gonna go right up here actually, right where you have that water pipe. So PVC is gonna go there. It's gonna go straight down, come out of a little hole because it's gonna be a false wall, and then it'll feed the speakers. Same thing with the sides and the rear. I'll pull them down from up here. That's the right surround. Follow the duct. Then right here, that's the surround back. Same thing. Surround back left. Up in the joists. Come down for the surround left. And then same concept for the heights. So I'm currently challenged with what to use for the height channels. I'm wiring for Auro 3D. So the voice of God channels, they're gonna go in the joists. So I'm trying to avoid using backup boxes, but it's probably the only way because these are 8 foot high walls. All right, so that is the space that I'm dealing with, and looking forward to a lot of fun with this build. So stay tuned. It's gonna be a ride. Brolic Beast out.